MC for Sisiano, easy. Our NPP amanyo konim, the Obeka say easy. Our NPP amanyo konim na or dada. Because Yabashe nipa num 5 on Makako Peke form say on Pesa on the next flag bearer for NPP amanyo kona, not to say enya sem ketua. Omuni na ye nim defo asebi omache ewo NPP amanyo konim, the odikan kwabna Japan, the so honorable compare Japan, the tosso miensa. Brian the Champon, the Odiho, Dr. Mahmoud Al-Haji Bawumia, and then the last one, Dr. Ya or say Editu. Yes, Uncle phone me here. Ever for Omunina, enim de, as Sebi, MPP among you could or match home, any secret upon secret at our party munina. Now, your family to chain. Sisiano nipa risky emanipa Dr. Mahmoud Al-Haji Bawumia because he himself or no and another vice president. So definitely if you are the vice president, I will be ashamed to say Nanadu everywhere, former president everywhere. When I will ban ya to Obama or not just in Yamayaduma the next year and also I say president for the Republic of Ghana. But Uncle Vanessa Sisiano okujeto sorry yakase CJ Torkono. On also some Equi Bibri say effort for His Excellency Nana Danko Kufuor because on no pencil and as Chief Justice for the Republic of Ghana. But Sisiano, His Excellency say on panel as Nisije Chief Justice into on free na say nipa foforo embra. Na nipa foforo ya obey ebiso for say or no so sebi ebekitimi akaze onya body abrewa ede ojo or the secret upon secret about His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the Eba Bonte. Not say or kind of but or say the way His Excellency man sometimes and so any or a judge into no so bibi enkoya I was say or making things right. Come away na yankoti sema ekoso NPP among you konim ya near court Supreme Court kaka yakoti the ekoso between Chief Justice Torkono on any president and then the rest of you coming on out to see a good team with them and Marcia Medas.
Is it about Bawumia?
No, you see that to be very honest, you may want to look at the factors that cause you defeat. I mean, it would be very unfair to say so on and carry cross but then again, then what then is leadership? Because yes, what then is leadership? Because the factors that may have caused Dr. Bawumia in this election, those factors also existed in the Dubai his time, and even more. What I say, those factors existed in Kufuor's time, and even worse then. Because look what the name tasty power period. Kufuor was even then coming as an opposition leader. But we had a certain vice president for the past 8 years, and has also been a former vice presidential candidate for the past 8 years. For consistently for 16 years, you've had the opportunity to market yourself. Then again, the question of marketability and visibility comes in. Whether or not marketability is the same as visibility. Openly, you can be visible but yet not marketable. Because marketability is benchmarked on acceptability. That is marketability. Visible. So what then becomes the marketability. It will share the past 60 years for him being around. Now they compare to John Mahama. The only time Obeye was about but his first election he won. Rollins for the first time, also contested first election he won. If you look at Akufo-Addo's first round, he won. Then Akufo-Addo at the time he put that performance on. The highest office that he had occupied was 2 ministerial appointments. Attorney General and a foreign affairs. So Kufuor no appointment but he demonstrated that track record. In Juba, now up now the back down. You cannot say because you are also part of the government.
Okay.
In one scenario, if you talk about DDEP, how then do you say it's a DDEP, a pure economic policy, you want to separate the vice president from it? The NAPCO people now, over 100,000 recruited for about 2 years. How then do you say you separate the vice president from it? When you call Central Region and promise them say BC Airport Amoma, which obviously was the vice president that championed. How then do you look into Ghanaians face say Omonkahu? You pick dollar from 1 to 4, right? No, there's some way business to 4.
Dollar was 4.3.
4. No, 1 to 4.3.
Yeah.
Then we will connect 17. Forget about anything.
16.
but almost we know running now.
The 16.
How then do you convince Ghanaians to say whether you caused it or you didn't cause it? We don't blame because we blame COVID and its repercussions. But at that time, as a matter of strategy, it was a wrong strategy to prevent a candidate, party for any Ghana for whom to say he has directly been responsible with economic management. No, it won't work on that note. What I say, how then do you explain to Ghanaians and say, $1 no, afraid nipa na wo so economic messiah, or no make a statement to say, wa arrest dollar no e di key na my IGP, but you too, was so arrest to become skill. Say, see the one I can't arrest it makes sense. Because when the world club musica, Trump musica or Mudino. Somebody made the declarations of arrest and give so much hope to people. By the time we were living, it was then once to almost 70. How then do you say that Ghanaians will not punish us for that? And yes, there are some factors that it may not necessarily have been engineered by our former vice president, our flag bearer. But the truth is that you can also not decouple him from it. Because you see, so for no jawa japadia, ofa, meboa. No jaw kuku, let's say you kuku, the castle of Wakates is what, Yambaho. And the beauty of leadership is that you become responsible for the good things and the bad things. It cannot be said interoperability, you own it up. It cannot be said digitalization, you own it up. It cannot be that any good thing you own it up. You can't say value than 1,000 interchange the Ghana card. You cannot say which I disagree anyway. You cannot own all of them up, and then when it comes to you then believe say then what is the government the enemy governance and the you are part of the governance and ultimately you bear the brunt. But at the end of the day, okay, fine.
Why can
media myself why can one I've given you, I'm going to address it from two instances. The first instance in the current state of the party, and the second instance is the current state of the country. You see, to be fair, Mahama has attempted to restore a certain hope. I mean, to be fair to him, even though largely he's just playing the optics and playing what Ghanaians want to see. And Ghana for person here the ehu. Recently, what I say, so I restore Indium. The bank, I don't know how true it is, but this
I hear that something like that in the
pipeline. Granted, without admitting that, these are what Ghanaians were like. Not on the basis say be a Indium, no any regulatory issues be out, and the be yes, and most importantly, you might be the who send the human ever. So to the ordinary Ghanaian, the basic decent life I'll be living in his own country. My so you school wow my muha, you cannot live such a basic life. Maybe we are meeting here. We don't know UDS. Yeah, we school, maybe 3 years. We after 3 years on Juma. On one my move. The basic things I said you will be to Juma after a month Satmako no wow my moon to me. How then do you think about buying a car? How then do you think about building a house? Or my engineer so unquestionable. Engineer Sunya, the engineer Queen. What are we doing? What was our secret? What so and I'm not less than a bag. What I said. The basic necessities of life, you can't say live a luxurious life, but you are just living a decent life in your own country. Live in our own country. Do you the boys and Sanema America as I know at home? No, they apply school, no Canada. And your school no person or no other country, the Ghanaian dream no only being a day in live. Ghanaian dream, then they say, no set to me one, so person worry or Timmy worry, so person hard out to me within a reasonable period. I went to my age mark pension, so person would take 2 every other with at to baby. Young cars could treat range over, but some you will say a cooler, say a vet and upper sort of out to me trade the Ebobra or my Sasma making would fat Ghana for a nipa 100, a more 80% to 90% don't have this basic decent life. And it becomes very sad. So also a cool school and can yes, you can school and away Juma. But this time around, you could school where you cried at.
As a cool school.
Well, as was I upon the class already, cool school. Nothing else could say. Many now could see a Juma and once a my head. I was so broad for Suka. I wasn't above for that's why. Many now a Juma once a my head. Yeah, okay. On my own share, World Banker. What do you say in fake a crab beer a day anymore? And so I make a better 2030 as a move. Nipa Juma developing economies. the make developing economies are make a big brain ha Ghana yede one say about 1.2 billion in the very hedgema no mo see ni pass 1.2 billion na omo hedgema be brain hedgema no because our job market in any almost say about just 420 million penny ready ibenya say hedgema no tibusa won say one more aka be almost a billion omo ko say hedgema na yede e wo he ti enyuma asem ho asem kan yede ede oba Ghana ha ye throw your statistics mu say oh your unemployment rate 14% 14% you better that say be yede eye umani kuntia because o hwe o mo nya adwuma na e wo ho in statistics 14%. But we now into the informal sector. Into informal sector, no. As we cover and calculating, you obeka also your juma. But we also say juma the tweet and the light bill, a tweet and the water bill. Send a year and then obeti media ko yin or confirm not here. So in a busy problem, to say be a surgery and no emergency, obeti me high in the huska. I also confirm this any. One more moya juma no. Ti asemi you. One more moya oga ejuma Ghana hano. We never na make out. Ghana Statistical Services say. 80% underpaid. You will trouble less than 3,000 cedis. Yeah, think I know. You're high single room 2,000 Ghana cedis. Kumasi has so per decent life. Over high single room 1,500. Now high single room 1,500 cedis. Maybe about top petrol book. O my and subject school fees. I'm not saying son. Ubit your tights. So you'll be a UGD or Quasoria. Say over you. Won't be to singlet. Over to blister.
So we are magicians.
We are magicians. I know that the chrono no yede eban. So chrono ne corruption ne ade ho asema ye ka no. Sometimes on confirm we are see we are, but when we are for survivor. So, into 80% no our one mo ye adwuma no are underpaid. And now the same Ghana Statistical Service no say 20% kwa de when we live in abject poverty. Now 80% people so mo ye adwuma no less than 3,000 cedis. What I say? Now 20% so kwa de so mo ye extremely poor. And to share the country now, then if you look at the country, the whole 100% of data no, within the poverty bracket.
Okay, say.
Me case say, maybe a year druno, if here will be a new one.
Obi me.